Hello, party people, and welcome to another installment of Luke to Master. This is day 2. This is the final part 4 of day 2. I do reach Master by the end of this here video, so, well, how close are we? We're real close. Yeah, of course I would, right? Not of course I would, but you know what I mean. Like, if you've been sticking around since day 1, you've seen this Luke develop from a crouch medium punch, a spamming gorilla to a crouch medium punch spamming gorilla. But that's that's the joke, but that's the whole point I'm trying to make. That's all I've been doing, was just building a game plan off of that and bad defense. Wow, I have so much life to spare. She's just dead. No wonder I was just taking all that stuff. I had plenty of life to spare, but we've talked about muscle memory, we talked about how to build it, we talked about why it's important to help you pilot your character, express yourself, and now we're here. You know, it's not going to be like this for every character. It's starting. I know I've been saying it a lot, but I just get ready for the struggle because Jamie's next. Right after this, I just started the Jamie game. So this Kimberly, let's see here. Well, you know, that's so the key with that is the EX uppercut costs 2 bars of drive gauge, and I wanted it for that to spend it on being goofy with something else. But I had that bar to spare, and I'd rather lose the bar than burn myself out in the corner. I'll burn myself out mid-screen, you know, like I'm not as good as Noah. I can't just burn myself out in the corner. Game. Like, well, maybe once or twice, you know, but pushing my luck. Speaking of luck, I wore my lucky socks today. Anyone else got lucky socks, right? I just picked up the habit a couple of years ago. These socks, you know, you just don't overdo it. You know, you bust them out when you need them, when circumstances are appropriate, and the lucky socks come through. You know, I say anti-air jumping medium kick, the Street Fighter 4 anti-air. The jumping jumpers back then, that's what we used to call them. It was like, man, you were fighting on pogo sticks. It's still kind of like that, but it's gotten a lot more. I mean, Xbox Live back in the day, everyone was on Wi-Fi, man. It was hell. It was like that meme where the guy with the army helmet on, just with 1,000-yard stare, staring into the darkness of an empty room, you know? Speaking of staring into the darkness of an empty room, just got lost round 1. Losing round 1 hurts. I advise, if you're going to play foolish, do it in the first round for a win if you're going to gamble a lot. If you get to the second round and you're down, or when you get to the second round and if you're down again, you want to hunker down. You want to, like, the way I'm not deviating from burning myself out then. That's why I talked about 2 different play styles, you know. One that's kind of passive, you know, like it's not really passive, but it's more being confident in what you're gonna do to react to your opponent appropriately versus just fooling it up, man. So this is the game right after I just took my 20-minute break. It was late. I was already pretty deep into my session, but I decided I was gonna finish up the 20 minutes with trying to get to master. I was going to do one more 20-minute blocking. Whether I got master or not, I was just going to record and put it out so we could learn from it. Because, yeah, watching these replays now, you learn so much, man. Just watching yourself play like that right there. I could have knocked them down and had way good pressure. Instead, I'm getting bonked in the corner. Had the right idea, but, well, again, see, that's just me failing to pop because I should have punished that move appropriately, at least. What I talk about, the day 1 bread and butter, if I'm going to do a jab like that, just do one jab like that to punch that because I don't know about the move. Just cancel it into the light knuckle, knock them down. You get some plus frames. You get advantage. If you knock them down, then you limit their mobility. And that's the key, to have more mobility, because that's why we call it advantage. You limit their mobility, you limit the options they can do, and you make more options for yourself, more dangerous ones for your opponent. Man, this Kimberly, he is cooking me, man. This guy I cannot figure out, apparently. I'm just getting mauled by this dude. Let's see. Where's Makoto? I agree with this guy. We're in the same club, my friend. That was, if you were wondering who my main was in every game I played, it was Makoto when she was available. And then it was Sagat whenever 5 was around. I didn't really play it much. 5, I wasn't a fan of the game. I was towards the end. I think high-level Street Fighter 5 at the end of the game was very, very fun. Even though it was nothing but Luke, I still felt like that game was in a good spot when it was over. But when that game first came out, it was the worst game. I think it literally like it just made me like, well, I'm done with this shit. You know, literally like that's salty. It's just like, used to like fighting games. This game really reinvigorated my love for fighting games, though. I mean, fighting games will always be amazing, but as I say that, I'm throw looping the guy in the corner. It's like, let me explain. Let me explain, please. No, I mean, we just had a bad stretch there, honestly, if we're keeping it real. Like, there was Street Fighter 5, that was ass. We got Marvel, was it Infinite? That game was ass. Strive, I haven't played enough Strive to call it ass. I'm sure a lot of people love that game. But everyone called that game ass. I did see a tournament, like, it happened yesterday. And it was like nothing but 2 characters in the top 8. And it was like, okay, I could understand why people are upset with this game if that's the case, you know? I thought that's how it was going to be like when Bison came out in this one, but no, not at all. Let's see, can we actually win a game? Silent Moon. Interesting. Interesting choice of name. I like that he plays. We're both playing the default character right here. It's the Zoomer versus the Boomer. Let's see, alright. I still don't know the frame date on that move. I remember it got buffed. I don't know anything about it after that. I'm assuming it's at least minus, otherwise every single Ryu would just be popping that thing off and right. Huh. Well, that was... Honestly, it was disrespectful on his part. He shouldn't have, unless, you know, I say that, but that's not true. He could be exhausted right now. He could have been playing for 40 minutes straight without taking a break. And that's just a death sentence, you know? You want to be in the flow state when you play these games. They talk about the flow state, that's whenever you just do it, you know? You're piloting your character, you're comfortable, you're not thinking about it. Like how a professional guitar player plays his riffs, you know? He's done it 100 times, he's there to do his job, you know? But he's still, you know, having fun feeling it. But you just want to, wow, this guy, wow, dude, this guy either in his head or he's just never been thrown before. I don't know what just happened. That was kind of scary. I'll call my therapist. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. All right, let's see. How are we going to win this? Just jumping and eating uppercuts? What are we doing here? I like how I say I try to always fight my opponent with respect. At the same time, I'm sure I was very tired whenever, because this was the last block, the last part. I probably just etched it in. Wow, so yeah, it's in Burnout. That's definitely. I feel like he could use it a little better. I feel like there's more potential. That was just me eating the dragon peg. Wow, dude, wait. So he definitely could have killed without using 3 bars. I mean, he killed me. That's what's important. He finished his fight, and I am dead. But we're going into round 3, and I have a full stick of butter. 3 of them, 3 stacks butter, one on top of the other. And he got nothing. And he immediately wasted some drive gauge, too. That's just very, see, that's a disrespectful way he's playing. That's why I tell you, slow it down. Slow the game down. Fight your opponent with respect. Try to play Street Fighter. Don't try to scrub out wins. Because we talk about it, the dirty, the cheesy stuff is effective, but it's just not the way you want to play. You can, you know, have your little fun. That's why I talk about side characters. You have a scumbag side character and then a character that you play solid with, and you'll excel in this game. I think every single professional player, quote unquote, should at least have 2 characters. There's no reason why they shouldn't. Shine, if you guys are familiar with Shine NYC, he's I recommend watching him as, especially as a casual, because he just keeps it real. Plays like 3 different characters, all jack of all trades style. I'm playing modern Zangief. This character, nuisance. If you're not going to play modern Luke, if you've never played a Street Fighter before and you're trying to get in this one, you're not going to play modern Luke or E Honda. Play modern Zangief and just ruin people's days, dude. This character is absurd on modern controls, just online especially. It's let's see, yeah, see, he could just do whatever he wants in this game. It's crazy. All right, but his defense options are very weak. Always get your throw game going on a Zangief, especially online. Man, I'm gonna lose to this guy. I'm surprised I got around. That was such a horrible mistake. I'm just trying to lose. I'm so scared of him. I just see that M next to his feral eyes, and it's like, well, do I kill him? I sure do. Wow, good on me. See, finish your play, and you'll beat anybody. Anybody online. Low state is going, perhaps? I don't know. I was probably so tired. We've all been, your work. But no, I remember I had the night off, so I was like, I'm just going to play and then sleep for one. Oosh. At least I blocked it, but now I'm in hell. Just block until he SPDs you, honestly. I just was waiting for it, I guess. I don't know. Third eye open. Well, throw him? No. Oh, I was trying to hit confirm. I obviously missed my button. The CFN's been horrible. Been real bad. At least I got damage. Am I just going to kill him like that? I'll take it. Can't. He has too much health. He's still not dead. Man, this character, he shouldn't have that much. I mean, it's a fair fight. There's no reason, there's so much, he would have, yeah. There's just so many better options than doing a level 2 there. It's so slow. That's the thing you have to realize. Like, even if it catches moves, if it's super slow, there's just no reason, because moves are covered so fast in this game. Jesus, look at that damage. I wonder if he churned the butter on that one. I don't know how it works with butter. I'm sure you could still churn butter. But one button SPD is still hilarious. Not impossible, not in this game, but man, it's just, that's a big old drink of water right there to commit to. Because you have to get a crazy hit. What are we doing? Still this far into our journey to master, we are still just pressing medium hunch, dry rushing, and jumping. There's a medium kick there. Look at that, see? The flowchart evolves. I didn't do it because I didn't think it would reach. That's why I say I should be canceling into the light knuckle. Because it combos and that doesn't do a lot of damage. It gets the damage off though, and that's a good level 3 to do in that scenario. And if you screw it up like I've been doing consistently, you still knock him down. So it's still kind of worth it. This character Bison, he's not this second coming of like the devil himself, like people were talking about when he first came out. But holy shit, this character is scary, dude. You just don't get hit. It's like Marissa. If Marissa was Luke, I don't know. Marissa is good, but again, it's like that secondary thing. I feel the same way about Bison. I don't think a tournament caliber player should play strictly Bison. It just doesn't add up. Bison should be the, I think Dual Kevin does it the best. Sometimes he should just pick Rashid in a lot of matchups and he picks Luke. But Dual Kevin is never scared to switch between them. Mina started that, and I was just like, that's how this game needs to be played. Knuckle Dude plays it like that as well. I always thought Punk should play it, but he just won even with Cammy, so he doesn't need to play anyone else. Him and his white girls with blonde hair, dude. He cooks people with them white girls. Man, it's a sight to behold. That's like the bison special. Any bison with meat or uses that like an uppercut. Speaking of which, wow. I tell you what, I have just been pressing medium punch all the way to master, and you can too. I tell you, it's just developing our starter deck. You just use that, and you add your booster packs. I broke it down a little bit better. I did an outline for everyone in the next video. It's going to be the day one Jamie, and I was like, man, I played Jamie for like 5 minutes, and I'm like, nah, I gotta quit making these videos. I'm not gonna get this character to master. What was I thinking? And then, yeah, one dude commented. He's like, hey, this video did make me feel a little better. I'm not as depressed anymore, just a little bit. And I'm like, hey, man, I guess I keep going. If you change, if you help one person doing this shit, you just help one person. It's like, oh, worth, I guess. Like, what if I help another person? Might as well just keep going. Like, damn. I don't know how long I'll be able to keep the daily uploads up for. But I'll try, especially since now Jamie's coming up, and I'm gonna be struggling. We're gonna be on day like 73 of trying to get Jamie to master. I'm like, boys, we're close. We're closing in. Yes. It's gonna be tough, but I think I did a good job of putting together an outline of what I talked about. So I talked about like the starter deck, these archetypes you want to build your game plan off of, just so you have a game plan. That's the number one key, because so many players you're going to fight against, especially online, are going to have no game plan at all, and they're just going to be doing stuff. So as long as you got a little bit, a semblance of a game plan, you gave yourself an advantage. It might not be the biggest advantage, but it's an advantage, and we want all the advantages we can get, especially if we're bad at the game. You take what the developers gave you and use it, because that's the only way you're gonna hit these games up. We kind of cooked that good. That was surprising. Oh, we did it! Let's go. That was the boss fight, dude. I beat the final boss in Bison. Wow, okay, not bad. 2-0. We've unlocked MR. I'm sure we'll see 1600 MR Luke again for the Luke fans, but I'm going to wrap it up right there. We got Luke the Master. Yep, I got your 5-minute break planned out. So we're going to go do that. Comment down below if you guys got lucky socks or any lucky objects. I'd be very interested if anybody hears this and they just want to tell me if they got a lucky object. It could be anything. But anyways, yep, I'll see you in the 5-minute break. I'll see you in the 5-minute break. You guys keep on chilling. Hold up. And I'm sure you guys are wondering what the hell is up with that thumbnail, man. So let me break it down for you. Today, we're going to talk about Virginia Woolf. Virginia Woolf was a groundbreaking modernist writer celebrated for experimental narrative styles, deep psychological insight. Her most famous works you may have heard of are Mrs. Dalloway and To the Lighthouse. If you haven't heard of To the Lighthouse, I'd be very surprised, but not really. A lot of people don't do books like that anymore, but you ever want to check out a really good book, check it out. She pushed the boundaries of storytelling and delved into the complexities of human consciousness and perception. Virginia Woolf was a modernist writer, and what a modernist writer is an author who experiments with narrative form and structure, exploring fragmented and subjective experiences to reflect the complexities of modern life, as opposed to something like a caveman would understand. You know what I mean? It's more like when you think of like From Software storytelling, how they just do it with the environment. And I'll give you an example today. I'm going to read, for your 5-minute break, I'll read A Haunted House by Virginia Woolf. Whatever hour you woke, there was a door shutting. From room to room they went, hand in hand, lifting, here, opening there, making sure, a ghostly couple. Here we left it, she said, and he added, Oh, but here too. It's upstairs, she murmured. And in the garden, he whispered. Why are they said. Oh, we shall wait then. But it wasn't that you woke us. Oh, no. They're looking for it. They're drawing the curtain, one might say, and so read on a page or two. Now they found it. One would be certain, stopping a pencil on the margin, and then, tired of reading, one might rise and see for oneself. The house all empty. The door is standing open. Only the wood pigeons, bubbling with content, and the hum of the threshing machine sounding from the farm. What did I want to find? My hands were empty. Perhaps it's upstairs. The apples were in the loft. And so down again. And so down again. The garden still as ever. Only the buck had slipped into the grass. But they had found it in the drawing room. Not that one could ever see them. The window panes reflected apples, reflected roses. All the leaves were green in the glass. If they moved in the drawing room, the apple only turned its yellow side. Yet, the moment after, if the door was open, spread about the floor, hung upon the walls, pinned it from the ceiling, what? My hands were empty. The shadow of a thrush crossed the carpet. From the deepest wells of silence, the wood pigeon drew its bubble of sound. Safe, safe, safe. The pulse of the house beat softly. The treasure buried. The room. The pulse stopped short. Oh, was that the buried treasure? A moment later, the light had faded. Out in the garden, then? But the trees spun darkness for a wandering beam of sun. So fine, so rare, coolly sunk beneath the surface, the beam I saw always burned behind the glass. That was the glass. That was between us. Coming to the woman first, hundreds of years ago, leaving the house, stealing all the windows, the rooms were darkened. He left it, left her. Went north, went east, saw the stars, turned in the southern sky, sought the house, found it dropped beneath the downs. Safe, safe, safe. The pulse of the house beat gladly. The treasure, yours. The wind roars up the avenue. Trees stoop and bend this way and that. Moonbeams splash and spill wildly in the rain. But the beam of the lamp falls straight from the window. The candle burns stiff and still, wandering through the house, opening the windows, whispering not to wake us. The ghostly couple seek their joy. Here we slept. Here we slept, she says. And he adds, kisses without number. Waking in the morning, silver between the trees. Upstairs, in the garden. When summer came, in winter snow time. The doors go shutting far in the distance, gently knocking like the pulse of a heart. Near they come, cease at the doorway. The wind falls, the rain slides silver down the glass. Our eyes darken. We hear no steps beside us. We see no lady spread her ghostly cloak. His hands shield the lantern. Look, he breathes, sound asleep, love upon their lips. Stooping, holding the silver lamp above us, long they look and deeply. Long they pause. The wind drives straightly, the flame stoops slightly. Wild beams of moonlight cross both the floor and the wall, and, meeting, stain the faces bent, the faces pondering, the faces to search the sleepers and seek their hidden joy. Safe, safe, safe. The heart of the house beats proudly. Long years, he sighs. Again you found me. Here, she murmurs, sleeping in the garden, laughing, growing apples in the loft. Here we left Ah, treasure. Stooping, the light lifts the lids upon my eyes. Safe, safe, safe. The pulse of the house beats wildly. Waking, I cry. Oh, is this your buried treasure? The light in my heart.